I know since San Francisco won, the Chiefs would be the underdog in that matchup. Versus if Detroit won, Chiefs would have been the favorite. So you gotta
And
look at who's
for, so
who's
49ers
gonna.
is favorite now because of them being the number one seed, right? Basically.
Yeah, and then the perception they this powerhouse team and all that shit.
Ah, man.
Because it's like there's storylines for either way. You could either go
Yeah.
the Mahomes route with the back-to-backs like Brady,
Yep.
or you could go Kyle Shanahan after all these years of choking. They finally got over the hump.
They finally give him one. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's why honestly I'm rolling with the remember when I kept saying on all these weeks we do pick them, I said if the 49ers go to the Super Bowl, so I'm rolling with them to go all the way. I just think they can't keep doing this. They can't keep doing this. They can't keep doing it. I
Keep
think
going and keep losing.
yeah, it just and every different type of roster they have, like that you know what I'm saying. It'll be a difference if it's the same roster, but y'all keep having different rosters in doing it. Now people
Different quarterbacks every time. Kaepernick one time.
yeah,
Who the fuck was it after him? Jimmy
Garoppolo,
Garoppolo. And you
yeah,
got Brock Purdy.
and different defenses. Damn near. I'm like, come on now. Kyle Shanahan wasn't there when they lost 10 years ago, 13 years ago. You know what I'm saying? It's just different squad all the
Every
time.
single time.
Every single
And this
time.
was what Christian McCaffrey's first, or this will be his first Super Bowl appearance was. But I thought he was on that team that had Cam Newton as an MVP.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought he went to the Super Bowl with Cam.
That's
Right?
what I thought too. Unless they got him a year after that happened. Because I swear Christian McCaffrey was on that team, but he was hurt.
Maybe that's what it is. Because they saying this is his first Super Bowl appearance. That's what they saying.
Yeah. And we know back whenever he first got to San Francisco, they were he was excited to be there. Which I mean,
yeah, wasn't that last year, right?
In Carolina, I don't blame him.
That was last year, right?
Yeah, mid-season.
Mid-season last year. Yeah. It's gonna be interesting, bro. It's gonna be real fucking interesting. I'm 49ers, bro, all the way. I gotta stick with that. And what happened? What I said about them fucking Lions, people. No,
they gonna get up big.
They gonna get up big and they gonna ruin that shit like they always do. The Lions don't win no Super Bowls, people. I keep telling y'all, the NFL is gonna do this every year. They're gonna have one team that you think is gonna have that chance, and they're gonna pull that rug. Bah! It's the oldest trick in the book. No chance of hell Lions was gonna do that. That's what Dan Campbell does. His third year in the league, and he gonna win. I mean, third year as a head coach, or second, whatever that is, and he just gonna win a Super Bowl like that. Nah, bro.
I think his consolation prize will be like Coach of the Year or something.
Yeah. Wait. He didn't get that last year. They didn't give it to him last year, right? No, because they didn't even go to the playoffs. They didn't even go to the playoffs.
I forgot who won Coach of the Year last year.
Wasn't McDermott. It wasn't. Wasn't it? What's his name? For the fucking the Bengals, right? He didn't get that, or he got that the year before or something.
You talking about Zach Taylor? I think he won 2 years prior.
He won 2 years prior. Okay.
It might have been McDermott last year.
Okay. Yeah. I think a lot of people's gonna be on Taylor Swift and the Lions. Lions and the Chiefs. They gonna go
storyline.
Yeah, because they just been. I mean, basically, the game was a 7-point game, but it didn't feel like a 7-point game. It felt like a blowout.
That was super one-sided. How Baltimore struggled to move the ball, and all of a sudden, when they need to make it kind of close, they can move it. And the one time they really should have scored, Flowers.
Yeah, you saw that, right?
Gets the taunting call. A, which pushes him back, and B, dives out way too early.
Yeah,
like Blue Power Tech said.
And technically, he could have ran. What's up, Pyro? Yeah, Pyro. He was riding. Yo, shout out to him. He was riding in the lives for 6 hours today. Yeah, shout out. He was riding with me all day. Yeah. So, they could have. He dived too quick. I'm like, yo, you
way
got
too quick.
way.
It's like
You
some
saw that?
shit you
I'm
do
like,
in Madden on accident. Like, shit.
I'm like, well, nigga, why don't nigga? You could have ran, son.
Drop your shoulder. He a swole motherfucker, boy. He could drop the way he was punking and Snead and shit. Yeah, he could have dropped his shoulder and went straight in.
So when I saw that too, deep down I was like, because I took Lamar on the money. I had put money on them. I said, yo, I'm gonna take Ravens money line because this Taylor Swift shit gotta go. I made it back on the 49ers game, but I was like, yo, yeah, look at Lamar. And you know what's so sad about this, Lobo? How many times do we preach about black quarterbacks not being able to do it? And we was proved right once again, right? And the way we said it,
the light bright.
Dog, it don't happen, people. It was like we wanted to be proved wrong, but it's like, look at this shit, bro. Look at this. Once again,
you see what they doing though with Patrick Mahomes. Like, all the people that he has been put up against in the playoffs. It's been Josh Allen numerous times, Joe Burrow numerous times, Trevor Lawrence, now Lamar Jackson. They didn't Jalen Hurts. They didn't trotted him out against damn near every young quarterback short of Justin Herbert.
Yeah,
and I'm sure we'll eventually get that too. He went against Tua. There's another one that he went against besides Tua too. I forgot who it was. Damn, I can't remember who it was.
Then he no, I was gonna say something stupid. I was wrong. No. Didn't he go against what's his name? Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, that's who it was. Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson. He went against Deshaun Watson. Shout out to Lawrence. Lawrence was rocking with me on my lives for about 5-6 hours today too. Do you think y'all niggas was riding with me all day?
Yeah, Lawrence be dropping gems though. The comments for real.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was good, Dell. What up?
What's poppin', y'all?
Ain't shit, but I only got one thing to say. Dell.
What's
the
poppin'?
49ers is winning the motherfucking Super Bowl like I kept saying these past weeks, yo.
Nigga, what?
I'm telling you.
Nigga,
yo,
what?
No, you I have me on record saying it.
Oh,
what I kept saying.
Nigga.
I kept saying, if they go,
656, got it.
Yeah. Matter of fact, Lobo, you can go into all the weeks. If they go,
what?
I know the first week you came up here, you did say that. I do remember you saying that.
What? Nigga, what? What's good, Lo? But nigga, what?
I'm telling you.
Oh, nah, nigga. Hey, that light bright Mahomes, bro, he going back to back, my nigga.
Like a Drake diss.
He going back to back, my nigga.
All right.
Telling you, bro.
Here's some things to consider, though. Here's some things to consider. Ian sent me some very important information.
This is what I want to see.
Interesting. So he said that Taylor Swift has generated for the Chiefs $331.5 million already.
331. That's ironic.
Yeah, 0.5. Yeah. So I mean, theoretically, they don't need to win because I would assume she would be there and you'll get more eyeballs on the product. Yeah. But it's a hell of a lot better if they do win. That's a hell of a storyline. They could milk all off season like crazy.
Hey, who they call Brady 2.0, bruh? Who the last man to go back to back?
Brady was the last man to go back to back.
Exactly, bruh. Exactly. That's my point.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
Oh, yes, he was.
No,
quarterback to go back to back. Yes, he was.
To go back to back?
Yeah.
To win back to back Super Bowls, they ain't done it in 20 years.
They did it in 03 and 04, bruh.
The last one he won was the one where Janet had it. No, because the first one was when Janet had the titty. And then the one afterwards was against the Eagles.
Wait, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Russell Wilson go back to back? He
went to back to back Super Bowls, but won one and lost the other.
Oh no, that's what we talking about. See, Patrick Mahomes didn't win yet, so that's why I can't put him in that category.
That's why he going back to back, because he the next Brady.
Yeah, that's not happening. NFL not. Yeah, that's not happening. NFL not letting that happen, son. Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie. This was the date I was waiting for, y'all. We was all waiting for this shit.
Hell yeah,
finally gonna get this shit at 49ers versus motherfucking Chiefs, yo.
I'm telling y'all, hey, Lo B. I don't know how much the WWE has to, has in common with the NFL, bro. Like I don't know, but I watched the Royal Rumble last night.
Cody Rhodes won that bitch.
Went back to back. He went back to back, bro.
You right. Yeah, my friend had called me while the Niners game was going on, telling me about that shit. That's the only reason I know that.
Yep, Cody Rhodes went back to back. And they kept bringing it up last night. I told my boy, I said, he going back to back because they keep bringing up this back to back thing with Cody Rhodes. It hasn't been done in 26 years or some shit like that.
Damn.
What in wrestling?
Yeah.
Who got a Stone Cold, right?
Stone Cold was the last one to go back to back.
Shit.
But Cody Rhodes did it last night.
Oh shit! Listen, I mean, if it happens, it happens, yo. That 49er story is too. I feel like
What on Mr. Irrelevant, Kyle Shanahan trying again.
Fuck that.
Yeah, it don't feel right. It don't.
The only thing is that storyline mirrors Jim Harbaugh with Michigan, which ironically Harbaugh used to coach the Niners. But the fact that it was Michigan to always get to the playoffs, and lose again, and then they finally got over the hump.
Maybe
it would be a San Francisco 49er thing.
It might be, yeah. You're right.
Yep.
You're right.
Wow. Oh man, I got so many gems to drop about this shit.
I know it's rigged. Lobo, let me ask you this first, and then B, you can answer right after. Who would you feel more comfortable putting your money on, bro? Purdy or Mahomes?
You already know the light bright nigga.
Exactly, bro. I can't put my money. I know it could be storyline. I can't put my money on Purdy, bro. I really can't, bro.
I'm curious, like, who's gonna bet what in this matchup? Because if I had been who's gonna bet what in this matchup? Like, would the majority take the Niners or the Chiefs?
Chiefs. Everybody gonna take the Chiefs.
It's weird because they took the Ravens heavy in this game.
They did.
I was like, really? Like that much?
I'm not going.
You wanna know what's so crazy? Because everyone that bet has been fading the Chiefs. The playoffs so far has lost. So then everyone's gonna ride with the Chiefs now. Like, yo, they made it this far. I might as well ride with the Chiefs because we've been wrong. We did the Bills. Fucking Chiefs won. Everyone thought Miami was gonna win. Beat the Chiefs.
Who the fuck? What?
Nah,
people really thought Miami. I don't know about.
Yeah,
it wasn't going to go at -5 weather and beat. No.
Yeah.
Nah,
Like the revenge, Tariq Hill gets revenge. That was stupid. That was dumb. But
ain't no way, bro.
That's what everyone,
Ain't no way.
The Bills.
Ain't no way no one thought that shit, bro. Nick Saban probably said that shit. Hell no.
Hell no.
I believe Tua's gonna win this game. He was tough at Alabama, so he can go into Kansas City, a tough environment, and win. It's like playing in the SEC. Not really. It's not even close. But like, come on, come on.
Yo, Dale. You know what me and Lobo was saying? Hey, we felt bad because it proved what all of us kept saying about black quarterbacks, right? Like, ain't it sad? Like,
right?
He did a Cam Newton once again, bro.
He sold that game.
He sold
it, bro.
And what did I say on the live Thursday? Watch him stick the ball out and get a strip sack.
And that's what he did.
That's what happened too. And
every time they lose, he gets a strip sack or at least some bullshit in the pocket.
And he threw it in triple coverage, bro. Triple coverage. And Zay Flowers. I mean, that's not Lamar, but Zay Flowers fumbled you know what I mean? It's a lot of opportunities missed.
Yo.
So
I was like,
what else? They tried to go for it. Was it one they tried to go for it on fourth and didn't get it? I know the Chiefs had one, but didn't the Ravens have one in the first half?
Well, that tried to go for it and didn't get it. The Ravens, I don't think they did that.
Because I know they went for it on fourth. There was one where Lamar busts off a long run, and there was another one they went for it on fourth down, and they only own like 34, 35-yard line.
I don't remember that shit.
Correct me if I'm wrong if they got that one or not.
Oh no, they got it. They got it.
Right?
With Beckham.
Yeah, that's right.
Because that's the play right before Lamar should have ran, but he didn't. I don't know. Lamar don't be running when he need to be running, bro.
No, this is what I'm saying. And you know what's so crazy? He wanted to pass. Now you pass and look how you playing. Come on, bro. You niggas ain't stupid, though. We ain't stupid.
Real,
we ain't fucking stupid. We are not stupid. All y'all Lions fans out there, I'm just saying, yo. Told you, it will never happen. Lions will never ever.
Them niggas sold that game too, nigga.
They sold super.
Them niggas. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. They did shit so backwards. In the first half, they should have tried to go for the touchdown on fourth and goal.
Exactly.
But they went for the field goal. And then when you can go up by 17 again, you gonna go for it? Come on, nigga. Come on, bro.
That's that's gonna be the cause, quote unquote, cause of why they lose the fucking game. It's crazy, son.
We noticed there any betting. There was the Grunt field goal shit they've been pushing.
Oh yeah, because he failed last. He got it wrong, right? Last year. What do y'all think? Y'all think he gets it this year? They probably take everybody's money again.
Yeah, he probably miss it again.
We got something for y'all. Matter of fact, give me that.
Here's one thing I forgot about Kansas City that I don't think we talked about Thursday. Like, it's been on my mind. It's been slipping though. The 3 Kansas City Chiefs fans that mysteriously were found dead in somebody's backyard.
Oh yeah,
frozen.
Yeah.
That number 3, and they just mysteriously found it and in the back of buried for a couple of days in somebody's backyard.
Wild. Yup. And was it the guy? Though I think was it a best friend or something? Like he didn't know too. He said he was asleep for 48 hours or something, right? And he didn't know some shit like that. So what y'all think that was about?
I think that was a ritualistic shit.
It was a ritualistic.
Right before they happened to play against Baltimore, this shit happens to pop up. 3 fans mysteriously found dead in somebody's backyard.
That number 3.
Yeah, so I can't ignore that shit.
You think that was for the Chiefs to I'm going a little far with this, but to win or lose?
I think to win.
To win?
Yeah. Because blood has to be shed with all these championships and stuff, whether it be football, basketball, NASCAR, whatever the fuck. Blood got to be shed because Super Bowl is one big ass ritual at the end of the day. So
you don't think sometimes you don't think that can also be a code for lose as well? Death?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I remember when when the Chiefs lost last time. Boy, this one was with Andy Reid's son. Remember?
Down on 8-5, excuse me. But you can flip it 5-8.
Killed the little girl, right? With the car accident. Death. And what happened? Chiefs took that L. So I find deaths to be a little funny every time it's time for the Chiefs to go to some type of a Super Bowl.
Here's the thing, though. After that Super Bowl, Vincent Jackson just so happened to die at 38, and he wore number 83. Used to play for the Buccaneers.
Ooh.
Oh, backwards.
Yeah, reverse. Yeah. And that was after the Tampa Bay won the Super Bowl, right?
Yep,
exactly.
Yo, this shit is funny as hell.
That shit wild as hell, yep.
Oh, man. Yo, that's
exactly. Marco Polo and Lawrence.
Motherfucking Lamar. I told you.
That's what he got paid for.
Before I forget, bro, before it slipped my mind, y'all remember that year when Philadelphia was the underdog throughout the whole playoffs, and they start wearing the dog mask and all that?
Yeah.
And Jason Kelce was on that team.
Yeah.
Now, how ironic is Travis Kelce on the underdog Chiefs team that just rolled through the playoffs, right? And they underdogs in the Super Bowl again. I don't know. It's a lot of connection, bro. I don't know.
And then Kelce got that or his brother has that documentary and shit or docu-series coming out about the Eagles. Kelce, what's his name? What's the brother's name? I don't know why I'm slipping. Jason Kelce. Excuse me.
Yeah, Jason Kelce.
Yeah, who suddenly became the biggest Chiefs fan after his team got eliminated.
Yeah, you see that, right?
Yeah, like, nigga, you did not play for them. Like, calm down.
That to me, realistically, that would be fucked up if, like, all right, Travis Kelce he can bow out, because I think he's gonna retire. He can bow out with a Super Bowl, and his fucking brother just takes the L. Even though he won the Super Bowl in what was that, Super Bowl 50?
The Nick Foles team.
Yeah, the Nick Foles team. What was that, 53 or 52? 52.
52.
Yeah, it was 52. So you think, like, he took the L last year in the Super Bowl? I don't know. That would be mad funny if that was to happen. They talking about them brothers a lot. I think Travis Kelce retires though. I think he retires after this
33, if I remember correctly.
And they had to take advantage of what they can with this little Swift Kelce thing, bro. They had to. Oh, the Super Bowl is on the 42nd day of the year, right? Mahomes, bro, that nigga just went 4-2 in conference championship games too.
6, yeah.
Go figure.
All these 3s and 6s, man. 3s and 6s.
And what's the address of the stadium?
Yep, 3333.
It'd be something if it got tied. It ended up going to overtime at 33 all. That would be something.
Oh my, that would be super
3-3-3. Mahomes could win his 3rd Super Bowl at 3-3-3.
That would.
And the Chiefs overall could be 4-2 on the 42nd day of the year with a black quarterback.
Shit. Then that's when the 49ers need to just blow it up. Then at that point,
They gonna have to at some point. They gotta pay these people.
They do, right?
Yeah. Nothing lasts forever. That shit true.
That organization going, and they just got that defense together like the way they are now. They just formed them this year. Chase Young getting there.
And that's everything in life, nigga. From sports teams to being at a job, nigga, relationships, all that. Nothing lasts forever, bro.
True.
Yeah, it's gonna have that shit. Gonna have that organization. But what we were saying was like, yo, it's every single roster the 49ers have though throughout the whole years.
That had gone to the Super Bowl at some point.
Yeah,
except for the Chip Carey era. But yeah.
Yeah. Of course, except for him, right? But the whole Harbaugh, remember he bought them the three straight NFC championships. Only won one of them, and we saw what happened in that Super Bowl with Kaepernick. Failed a couple years ago. Failed. Like the 49ers, is this their script? You want to keep going to the Super Bowl? But I'm gonna still stick with that whole 6-6-6 shit. Patriots get 6, Pittsburgh Steelers 6, 49ers get 6, 6-6-6.
At 3-3.
Yeah, I'm still rolling with that, and also that the whole 9/11 theory. February 11th is a Super Bowl. The last time 49ers and the Chiefs played was February 2nd. 11 take away 2, it's 9. That whole 9/11 thing, I'm still sticking with that. I think all this shit was done on purpose. Yeah.
Bro, it's gonna be Kyle Shanahan, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. He has a tendency of choking in the big.
That's
games,
what I'm saying. Yeah, that's
always
what he's
doing things he shouldn't do.
Exactly,
late.
Bro. I
run the ball.
I can't trust it, bro. I really can't, bro. With Purdy at the reign of the QB, no. Hell no.
Yeah, they got one chance to do it with this man.
Yeah, exactly.
Is. What up with you, Ian? What you got for me?
All right.
Yeah. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Good. You?
Doing good.
Got off of work, and so one of the places I work at is I won't name it so I can't get let go, but I work at a sports book. We got like a restaurant connected, and needless to say, it was a lot of Lions fans, even being here in Ohio. And I mean, there was this one guy. I mean, I wanted to give him a hug. I mean, he went from highs to the highs to lows to the lows, man. And like he just stared off to the abyss because he was there with his dad. His dad, it was an old Lion fan, had like the old jacket, and you could just tell like it was demoralizing. I mean, at least they got Michigan though. I mean,
right.
It was kind of like watching a Falcons fan go through it in the Super Bowl.
Pretty much. There's actually videos online about 2 or 3 different ones. One was like at a big block party, if y'all remember, and they had everybody up. And next thing you know, it was like, yeah, 28-3, and then you literally just slowly see everything burn down to the ground.
Yeah, I remember they had all the Atlanta rappers and shit talking shit, going live at halftime like the game was over, playing at after parties and everything, and then boom. And they got Kyle Shanahan, ironically.
Yeah. Kyle's been a multiple time loser. Like, it'll be interesting to see, like, because Travis, obviously won last year. Does he go back to back? Do they have Taylor Swift walk out of there a loser? I mean, after all the money she done made him?
What you think?
They could make a lot of money if they won.
Yeah.
What you think gonna happen, Ian? What you think gonna happen?
So, if you guys remember, I'll say this: if you remember last year around this time, I told. We all kind of had this conversation that, no offense to other people, it ain't my rules, but by NFL standards, nigga QBs don't win.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
True.
That's right.
On a quick side note of that, shout out to me telling people that's the reason why I knew Alabama wasn't going to win, because I swear it has to be in the Alabama Constitution that nigga QBs can't win them a championship.
Hurts technically didn't win it as the quarterback. It was Tua.
It was Tua, and Tua's Samoan or Hawaiian, so so it doesn't count. And then Sims, he was Asperger's when he played against Ohio State. Remember?
Yeah, it was Ohio State because Cardell won that year.
He actually blew the game. If he wouldn't have threw 3 picks, they would have actually won that game. Like that was, I mean, sure Zeke was running up, carving him, but that was really the difference. So, like a gambling manifesto that I've had for years is don't bet on black QBs for Alabama to win anything big, except for Auburn. And 2, for y'all out there and us in here in the chat, just remember, like, picture yourself saying, Lamar Jackson, you just won a Super Bowl. You're going to Disney World.
What I said that. I told you it don't look right. It does not look right.
And he got a daughter. That's the crazy part. And he's still, it's not the image you
That's
think
not the
of.
image.
Yeah, and I mean, y'all see him. I mean, and the things that these people do with the little cartoons and stuff, or just him as a regular person. I mean, he got like the Whoopi Goldberg brand. I'm not to hate. I swear, I'm trying not to hate. I'm trying not to. It just sounds bad. I'm just telling you the image that the NFL looks at. Roger Goodell be looking at this nigga like he's Whoopi Goldberg or something, or just came off The Color Purple, and it's like, man, it's bad enough we have to give him the MVP, but because niggas like him, he sells jerseys, he's new age Michael Vick, but I mean, seriously though, am I lying though?
Bro, I've been saying,
I'm laughing at the comment, bro. I ain't gonna lie,
right,
he ain't
bro.
wrong about that.
You absolutely right, son.
Y'all can tell me if I'm lying. I'm just saying.
That's true.
So if you literally look at it from that standpoint, right, then it will tell you everything you need to know as far as, like, man, Mickey Mouse and Lamar Jackson, shit. Michael Jackson being dead, it would be a better chance for him to be out there.
Waiting to happen. You see Mickey Mouse with Lamar Jackson, dude.
Yeah, he don't have, as Paul Mooney used to say, he don't have the protection. The protection?
The complexion for the protection.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
He doesn't.
He don't have it.
Lamar is like strong black coffee. We don't need that. We need Mahomes.
We need some creamer in our shit.
You have to have creamer. You have Mahomes. You have Dakota, even though he's like, a loser, but he's making shit tons of money, so who cares? Then you got what's our guy, Russ, like he's up there, guys who, and then obviously in other sports like Steph and stuff like that. Like Lamar just, he doesn't have that. So, between him, what's our guy, Josh Allen, who basically is, a running version of Phillip Rivers. He can't ever beat Mahomes. Like, if people figured certain things out, you could see the playoffs thing. Like, let's see, Tua in Miami was a gimmick. They got everybody with that. Throw them out. Bills, if they can't win when somebody literally is half dead on the fucking field. Yeah. Well, what do we need? Like, DeMar Hamlin literally died, and they're like, nah, we're still going to give it to somebody else. We'll give it to Joe Burrow. So that tells us, so we'll eliminate them. And then as soon as everybody was taking Baltimore, I'm like, how? Like, they're like, yeah, his Mahomes has to go on the road. Like, you don't see the narrative here. Like, they're literally giving you the narrative.
Yeah.
So
Lamar had the better team too. So.
Yeah, way better. And Odell, I mean, when Odell's your leading receiver, I mean, besides Zay Flowers. By the way, I want to mention, isn't it interesting that Zay Flowers and Jameson Williams, guys who basically younger guys who haven't really got that next paycheck yet, they just happen to fumble the ball and all that.
Yeah.
I just want to mention that, but go ahead, y'all.
Yeah, that's one. Jahmyr Gibbs fumbled conveniently, setting up the Niners for an easy touchdown too.
Mm-hmm.
Why was David Montgomery not in? Can anybody tell me that?
That's a very good question. Because it wasn't meant for him to do that.
It wasn't meant for him to do that.
Hey, David Montgomery actually takes care of the ball. He doesn't fumble hardly at all. And he was carving these dudes up. And they're like, he had 70 yards in the first half or something. It was like, nah, let's not do that.
In the first half, yeah, and then all of a sudden they couldn't do anything right. The tip pass to Brandon Ayuk, that reminded me of that Georgia Auburn game that year. They had Nick Marshall, where it was the batted ball.
Yeah,
Auburn win the game. I was like,
that was definitely. They had the magnets in the helmet or whatever. It's just like the Jennings catch. If y'all see the Jennings catch, he goes up and it literally stuck to the palm of his hand.
Kind of like the D-Hop one where it snapped to his glove.
Yeah, and then it brought it down to the other one. It was like boom, boom. They're like, what a catch, because Purdy literally threw a terrible pass.
He did.
Terrible.
So all of a sudden, Purdy got breakaway speed, right? I was saying in the chat, I was like, they making him do what Lamar should be doing.
They switch roles for the day. They switch roles. Ironically, that's crazy.
They turned the sliders all the way up for Josh Purdy.
That shit was wild. He was running fast too. I ain't gonna lie.
That nigga was scared.
That nigga was out of there.
No, speaking of running, because I was thinking about this the other day. Here's what I noticed funny is with someone like Josh Allen, the defense has to run slow to make him look fast. With Lamar, he got to slow down and do dumb shit just so they can catch him. Like he'll just stop all of a sudden and fall to the ground, or he'll stop and walk out of bounds.
Yeah, exactly. Because if it was real, Lamar technically would be carving him up.
Oh, he'd be like Mike Vick all over again.
That's why I said technically Lamar is the best. He's like the top 2 quarterbacks in the league when it's really real. Mahomes is not no top 10. He's not no top 3 quarterback, bro. He's not no top 3 quarterback.
Who you think top 3? Like real though, wise.
That's in the league now.
This is not funny.
Lamar. Y'all name me some quarterbacks. It's crazy how we say all this shit. We don't even remember quarterbacks.
Lamar, they got Dak. They got
Mahomes, Allen, Joe Burrow,
Josh Allen.
I would say Josh. I would say Josh Allen.
Josh Allen is top 3 too, bro.
Yeah, I would say Josh Allen, and it would have to be somebody that's in a.
I'll say a healthy Deshaun Watson needs to be in.
First off, I'm glad you said that. If Deshaun Watson was playing, Deshaun Watson to me would be first on real football. He's way better than Lamar.
Hey,
he's better than Lamar. It would be what's his name? It would be him. It would be Lamar, and it would be Josh Allen in real football. Go ahead.
I'd take Herbert over Josh Allen.
Really?
Yeah, a healthy Justin Herbert. Excuse me. Yeah.
Herbert arm is crazy. His arm.
Yeah.
Just know when Harbaugh by year 3 they'll be in the AFC Championship game.
Probably against Mahomes.
That's literally what happens
of the AFC. Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, that's literally what happens. Harbaugh literally everywhere wins or has a winning record at least. Eventually beats his rival teams, and then takes them to the next level. So Herbert is definitely next up.
But
you just gotta.
The Chargers ain't winning no Super Bowl. They are the Clippers. They're the Los Angeles Clippers.
They ain't winning one, but they're gonna be a lot better than this 5 and 13, whatever the hell they were.
They can make one though, maybe, right?
I don't know about that.
You don't think
I think they could at least make one, and probably it depends on who they want to run it back against. Like in the NFC, it just depends on who they want to run it back against.
Who would they go against though?
Well, the only Super Bowl they did make, they played San Francisco and got trashed. Smashed out of there. So it could be the 49ers. It could be I'm thinking like 3-4 years down the line. So it just really depends. Hell, it could be the Packers or something. Like, because Jordan Love, if they make him like a next level guy,
Yeah, I said that he is. He's going to be the next level guy. That's a fact.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he has
So who's gonna be the next level guy?
Jordan Love.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna win a Super Bowl with the Packers very soon.
Very soon.
Yeah,
That's a fact.
You know, one dude that should have won a Super Bowl with all the talent he had was Michael Vick, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
We know why he didn't.
We know why he didn't win. Yo, Michael Vick is he's top 3 all time in real football.
Yeah, bro. Oh my gosh.
Real football, he's top 3.
Nigga used to zing that motherfucker deep, just throw a ball and flick the wrist like it was nothing. Like, damn.
Nigga's top 3 for real football.
Yeah.
Man, listen, Lamar don't have nothing on Mike Vick. Nothing.
He don't.
Yo,
he
So
don't.
Vic couldn't read a defense, which we know he didn't watch film. He already said that.
Yeah. He was just talented. He was just talented.
He just had all the talent.
Hey, play.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Play Madden 04 and see what happens.
Oh yeah.
Everybody know about Madden 04.
Yeah.
If you know about Big, everybody know about Madden 04.
Yeah. Or did y'all
Some
ever
people
play?
in here might be too young to know about that, but Madden 04, for you, those of you who don't know, it's like what Lamar Jackson is on Madden now, but with a much stronger arm.
Yeah, cheat
Way
code.
Yeah.
Literal cheat code.
And you could literally run for 2 anytime you wanted to as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And don't go against Michael Vick in Madden 04 and play on hard. If you play on hard against that's kind of like fight. Paul. That's almost equivalent to fighting M. Bison on hard.
Oh, he threw it back.
Am I right? You don't have no chance.
M. Bison, Street Fighter, bro. M. Bison
Lobo,
was.
am I lying?
You ain't lying. M. Bison was so unfair to fight.
If your life was on the line, if your life was on the line, and someone said, "Okay, in order for you to live, in order for you and your family to live, you have to fight M. Bison on hard mode," chances are you're gonna die.
Yeah.
It's like you can try to use a little green dude with the electrical powers. You can use Dalcine. Ken Ryu, the fat dude, E Honda. It don't matter what you do.
Yeah. It was pretty much that was like the original Mike Tyson Punch Out, or like back in the day.
The original, no, it's original Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
It was like the safer version because it wasn't showing people's guts getting
right,
head cut off.
Right. Some guys you just don't want to go against. And like Vic, do y'all remember Blitz the League when they put Vic in the game as Ron Mexico?
That's the one that got Lawrence Taylor on it, right?
Yeah. Anybody remember that whole story and why? And he played for the Washington Red Hawks. If you can play the games right now, like he was left-handed. He had like a 90 rating, and his name was Ron Mexico. If y'all remember,
I did not know that. No.
Yeah, and then have y'all ever heard? I know this is like slightly off topic. Well, sort of on topic because we're talking about Vic. But have y'all ever heard the story about Ron Mexico and Vic?
Nah.
Nobody. Oh my God! I'm telling you, look it up. It is hilarious. So I'll give you a small backstory. So allegedly, of course, because I don't want to be sued or anybody on here. Allegedly, Vic had met up with this chick, had a one-night stand with her. Right now, she didn't know who Mike Vick was. This is before the dogfighting thing. She didn't know who Mike Vick was. So then she sees like her friends are watching like a game or something like that. And she's like, that guy looks familiar. And they're like, yeah, that's Mike Vick. She was like, he told me his name was Ron Mexico. Now, why is that important? Because I'm telling you, look it up. Because Ron Mexico, allegedly, of course,
I think I know where this is going.
Vic gave her herpes.
I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, I learned about Vic having a herp derp a long time ago. I didn't know about the Ron Mexico part. Okay, that makes sense now because it's like the Paris Hilton shit. But yeah,
and the fact that they put him in the game as Ron Mexico, and he tried to sue, but they're like, "So you're admitting that you were Ron Mexico?"
Damn,
you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, that looks like me because the dude in the game had braids and like all that stuff.
I didn't know
it was basically him. But I just found it hilarious because there's actually, I don't know, it would be something to find now, but there used to be people. I remember somebody I knew had one Ron Mexico Atlanta Falcons jerseys. People used to get his
Oh
number.
shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, seriously. I'm telling you, go online and look up a Ron Mexico jersey. But I find that one of the most hilarious things of all time. Who are you? Ron Mexico. Gotcha.
I'm looking it up right now. Oh shit.
So you can say Vic is number one or top three or Ron Mexico, and people they'd be like, "Who's Ron Mexico?"
Bro, who the fuck is that?
They got ones that look like Virginia Tech jerseys of Vic's with Ron Mexico on. They got Falcons jerseys, the black and the red. Damn. That shit look clean. I ain't gonna lie. That shit do look clean though.
Yeah.
Even if they got all the official logos and shit. That shit look clean. I ain't gonna lie.
But yeah, if you ever play that game, I'm telling you, he was basically like how he was in Madden. Like you couldn't stop, dude. So I feel like, honestly, in real life, like you guys were saying though, like Vic we hadn't seen anything close to Vic besides sort of Randall Cunningham, maybe. I don't know.
It'd be the other way around because Randall was here before.
So Mike Vick was the better him, you could probably say. Was the way better him.
He was the Allen Iverson of the NFL. That's really what Michael Vick was.
Absolutely. Wasn't they real good friends too, right?
They're from the same goddamn city, Newport News, Virginia. Mike Vick, Allen Iverson, and Aaron Brooks, who used to play for the Saints.
Shout out to Aaron Brooks.
Because Aaron Brooks played at Virginia, Vic played at Virginia Tech. We know Allen Iverson could have went pro in football, but bowling alley shit, Georgetown, all in that little DMV area. Well, I guess Virginia ain't DMV, but
Yeah, I get what you mean. Mike Vick. So personally, that's what I think. I think Mike Vick is one of the best ever. On real athlete, real football.
I agree.
Real football.
Niggas sleep on Steve McNair though.
He was nice too. It's just
the way he went out that really overshadows everything about Steve McNair when you think about him now.
What really happened? Like,
all right, so
the real truth, because we had like theories, like fake theories and shit.
There's a couple videos out there on it, but basically, Steve McNair used to own a restaurant or a bar, and him and one of the people he owned the bar with got into it and stuff over some money. Of course, he had the mistresses. His wife didn't like this. One of the mistresses got jealous of him being with another mistress, and he ended up treating the one that supposedly shot and killed him like shit one time. Like he got pulled over or something for drunk driving, and somehow the mistress got in trouble for this shit, and they let Steve off because it was a normal thing for Steve to be called, drunk driving and stuff. And since he's Steve McNair, he's Mr. Nashville. Yeah, they just be like, all right, man, we'll take you home, whatever. Like, unless it's like, all right, bro, this happening too much, we have to arrest you now. Which I think he was a couple times for DUIs and shit.
That's crazy.
And it turns out it was, I think, Steve McNair's wife's cousin, where the Middle Eastern mistress got the gun from. Who they got the gun from, because they had talked and shit.
Okay.
And the way that the bullet had entered his body is they're saying there's no way that this mistress who had never been trained with a gun, whatever, could have shot that way and even managed to shoot herself and make it look like she killed herself in the act too. And they said there was a third party there who waited to call the police. Why is that?
I think it was his wife or somebody. She hired somebody or something.
No, it was saying it was what was it, the second dude that was over the bar with Steve was there.
Oh, but he ain't get in trouble though.
No, they closed the case too soon. That's why they kind of that's why they kind of started talking about it more, because the cops felt like they closed the case too soon. Of course you close the case too soon.
Yeah, and now
he died because it was 4th of July. He died, I think it was 4 months and 2 weeks after his last birthday, which was Valentine's Day. 42. We know about that number.
Yeah,
Hey, they had to get and Steve was very instrumental in Vince's life. They could and of course Vince Young was another one of those guys who could have probably had a better career. That's a whole nother story though. But yeah, they made sure. Hell, people don't even talk about Steve Air McNair anymore. People forget he shared a MVP with Peyton, even though he probably should have won it.
MVP shit, yeah.
He should have won it over, but they had to make sure Peyton got it.
This nigga said, we don't know football. You're motherfucking bugging. I know football very, very fucking well. Brady, no, stop it. For real football, no, he was not. There's a lot of people that have an arm. Aaron Rodgers had a way better arm than Tom Brady, first off. That's what somebody said in the comment. Brady literally was a strong arm quarterback. Y'all don't know football. Aaron Rodgers is way better than Tom Brady. Yeah, that's exactly the media, because the media said that. That's the reason why you said that. Brady was not real, and I was a Brady fan. It's not real. On real football, no, Brady is not. No,
I'll tell you who. No, I'll tell you two guys who kind of really don't even get the pub, who weren't actual runners that could throw it. Though, great Dan Marino. I never saw Dan Marino actually live, but like if you watch, especially before Dan got old, even though he was statue, the ball would come out super fast, just boom, boom, boom. Like Andy knew where he would go, like 3-step drop, boom. Of course he wasn't winning rings, with the guys he had. But another, as far as statue quarterbacks that I would say, and this is if we're just talking about arm strength, throwing the ball, not with what would you call that? Running ability, will be Kurt Warner. Kurt Warner, I was at a game live. That dude, like, I remember they had to drive, Arizona did, they had to drive 98 yards to score. They were at the 2, literally where I was, end zone wise, and he went 98 yards down the field. And they had like 3rd and 10, 3rd and 13. Anquan Bolton first down, Steve Bresson first down. The ball was like, I will try to watch, when I watch it from the end zone, I try to see what a quarterback sees. You could tell, he's like, well, this is man, this is zone. I'll put the ball here, I'll put the ball there. Kurt Warner never really gets talked about as far as, great quarterbacks or whatever. And I think he should get some more pub. And I'm just saying from a standing only,
and shit like that.
Yeah. And I would say they're over Brady as far as that quality. But going ahead, I'm sorry.
I don't disagree with that, especially Dan Marino. But the knocks always be the rings. He didn't have any rings. It's like we're in this era where like how many rings you win defines how great you are.
Yeah, I believe that. It's like I told somebody, if you want to, on my live, I said, if y'all really want to be technical, this nigga Matthew Stafford was doing everything Patrick Mahomes does.
He been doing that shit.
That's
and what's funny is football players, when they ask who's the toughest quarterback to play against, a lot of them say Matthew Stafford. They don't say Patrick Mahomes. Some do say Lamar Jackson. Of course, I say either Lamar or Matthew Stafford, who's old as fuck.
Exactly. That's why, like,
what I tell you.
Some people, I'll be like, do y'all even really watch football for real? Or y'all just go by what y'all hear people talking about? Because Matthew Stafford was doing everything Patrick Mahomes does.
Like the side arm shit. Yeah.
And they're like, what you talk about? Yeah, you wasn't paying it. That's how I know you wasn't paying attention to real football. Everything he was doing, he did. Matthew Stafford did that already. He did all of that.
You want to know part of the reason why? I'm glad you mentioned that, because I tell people this all the time. So I played multiple sports and growing up and through high school and stuff like that. And I played a lot of baseball, like damn near like 20 years of my life. And if you ever watch shortstops, pitchers, third baseman, and the arm angles, like this, you can even watch highlights when baseball comes back. Watch the arm angles they throw from. Mm-hmm. It's all different sides and maybe jumping and whatever. And that's obviously Pat Mahomes' dad was a pitcher. People forget that.
Mm-hmm. And his dad was a baseball player too. So
Stafford. Who does anybody know Stafford's best friend from high school?
Kershaw.
Clayton Kershaw.
Clayton Kershaw, baseball play. You think they ain't, play and throw arm angles or whatever, even with a football? Come on, man. So that's why when people be like, oh man, what an arm, what a throw. Only such and such can make a throw. Yeah, because honestly, if you're a good quarterback or anybody throw the football, I would literally make those dudes out there throw baseballs all the time because you can use all types of arm angles and stuff. You want to know who else obviously did that too? And I don't know, was a top 5 pick in baseball and football? John Elway.
Mm-hmm.
Someone mentioned Rich Gannon too. Yeah, he don't get talked about enough, period.
Yeah.
But yeah. But now let them tell it on TV. They gonna say Tony Romo especially. He gonna be like Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes. I can't stand that shit, bro. Like
he's
it's
horrible.
so annoying. And you gotta listen to him in the Super Bowl call that shit too.
Yeah.
It's just like, god damn, there's like, get off his dick. It's as bad as when they talk about LeBron in the NBA game. Except you got to make a whole lot more excuses for LeBron than you do Patrick Mahomes because you got 20 years to work with versus 6 or 7 with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. They made sure, Mahomes lost to Brady his first year going to the championship game. Then obviously lost to him in the Super Bowl. But by the way, isn't it interesting that his reign of terror started as far as multiple championship games when Brady left? I don't know.
Who are you talking about? Mahomes?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
He went to the
It was
he went to the first one against Brady, but he lost. But then ever since then, obviously he's been to multiple Super Bowls since then. Sure, he's been to multiple championship games. He lost to Burrow, but outside of that, like he just keeps going and going. Mind you, it's like AFC wise, he went against Tennessee, right?
Yeah. The year they beat the Niners in the Super Bowl, yeah.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes he's an industry plant, bro. Like kind of like what Cat Williams said about Kevin Hart. He was just planted there. He planted there, and the success started
bro.
Right away. Mm-hmm. That's what people don't realize. I'm like, how many people was talking about Mahomes before he got in the NFL?
Not a whole lot. They don't talk about Texas Tech like that.
Yeah, only from that area.
Can I double down on that though? If you notice, so it's funny you mentioned that. If people that are watching actually think about it, look at one of the biggest games in Big 12 history in the last or ever was who? Baker Mayfield
and Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes. And what have they turned? Remember, for years, and I'm going to actually bring Tim Tebow into this real quick. For years, they said, oh, well, that spread stuff Tebow does or whatever, running quarterbacks, it can't work. Because remember, Vic wasn't in a spread offense, even though he was running. The Tebow stuff, they're like, oh, nah, it can't work. It can't work. That spread college stuff ain't going to work. This is big boy stuff. And what does the NFL do now? Spread offenses. Zone reads, all the stuff that guys like Tebow, there's other guys too, but I'm just, off the top of the dome. But what also happened? Big 12 football. Big 12 football is known for shitty defenses
and high
scoring offenses throwing the ball. And literally, even though the Big 12 is, not how it was in yesteryear now with everybody moving, that's what the NFL now is just basically Big 12 football. You can't hit the quarterback and you just throw the ball everywhere. So if you look at the Texas Techs and guys like that, it fits right into the mold that they want. Mm-hmm. So that's why it was perfect for him to go have 55 to 45 shootouts, because in the NFL that's what he ended up doing.
It came at the right time. The same time that the St. Louis Rams left, Patrick Mahomes got in the league, bro, and we all know what happened right then and there.
We know.
Overnight, his first start, he was lighting it up. That's when it started. Against the Chargers.
Against the Chargers.
Yeah, y'all don't find that to be funny. Right. Like, I'm like, what? They calling this man a motherfucking GOAT midway season? I'm like, huh? Y'all remember all that hype, right? That year. Oh my God, this guy's gonna be the GOAT. God damn, the season's not even over yet.
Yeah, like he ain't won the
yeah, I'm
Super Bowl yet or nothing. Chill out.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I know what this is about. And here we go.
And speaking of that, on a side note, because this is just things that kind of go back to the niggas losing their job. Like it's Alex Smith. If Alex Smith was racist, I would firmly understand. And the reason I'm saying that is because Alex Smith always loses his job to a nigga.
Black quarterback. Yep.
Mixed specifically too.
Yep.
Every single time.
Mahomes.
Yeah.
Who'd he lose it to in Washington?
They
weren't black, were they?
I think so.
Or Heineke. Yeah. Was it Heineke?
No, I think it was wasn't it Dwayne Haskins?
Yes.
No, yeah.
Another right. See what I'm saying?
And you know so crazy, you know all those teams are red teams.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And on the flip side, Tyrod Taylor loses his job all the time to white quarterbacks.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, B, they stabbed the fuck out of him in what was he, San Diego or whatever the fuck?
The punctured lung. I was like,
who the? Have you ever heard that? And you're like, oh, we accidentally stabbed your lung. Like, what?
That was against her. That was for with Herbert, right?
Yeah, because Herbert wasn't supposed to start, and then literally like a few minutes before the game, they're like, oh yeah, he's out with a punctured lung, and I literally was like, did he get into a car accident? Like, that was one of the weirdest things I've ever heard in my life.
Because he was supposed to be returning from like an injury or something, and then that's when it happened.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're gonna stick to him and start. I'm like, yeah, that's a lie. Y'all didn't draft Justin Herbert just to sit on the bench.
Yeah.
Especially behind Tyrod Taylor. We know how this. We've seen this happen plenty times. We saw it win in Cleveland with Tyrod Taylor. With Buffalo, they didn't re-sign him even though they got to the playoffs. It was like, no, let's get Josh Allen.
Yep, exactly.
Hey, you see how they did? Speaking of which, I knew my lovely Jets. I told people all week. I said, as long as Baker Mayfield don't touch the field, if you remember, they were playing against Sam Darnold on a Thursday night. I said, we'll win this game. So going into the game, they had the lead. If you remember, they knocked Tyrod Taylor out. And I literally said then, because I think we're up 10 points, I said, well, this game's over. And Baker Mayfield came in and won the game. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, of course. Hell yeah.
Because I just knew. I was like, oh, Baker's coming in. Tyrod Taylor's out. I said, if Taylor's in, we're good. Yeah, he's hurt. Like, you
got everything on the front end anyway. Even before he started, he already got the Super Bowl ring as a backup with the Ravens. So, I already had a ring. Got to be the starter, took the team to the playoffs, and the rest, you just a bridge quarterback. You just keep the seat warm right now, basically.
Yeah, he was. I was gonna say he was everything in a way that Vic wanted to be. Super Bowl winner. You know what I mean? Yeah. Shout out to Virginia Tech.
What school he went to? Virginia Tech. Go figure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't be like shit if that was my job. If that was like my whole script, if I was a football player, I wouldn't be mad at that shit. Like, yeah, you just gonna play a little bit. We gonna still get you paid and everything. I wouldn't be mad at that one bit.
I mean, it worked for Chad Henne.
That's true.
Yeah, go blue. But yeah, worked for Chad Henne. Hey, he said got two of them things. Like, he just sat back and did nothing.
I guess Tyrod is happy with that one ring. Hey, listen, I don't care if it was 10 years ago. I got my bowl ring. You know, I'll hop around from team to team. Fuck it. That's my job. Maybe, right? That's probably his job, the filler job. Like, just bounce around.
It's kind of like how Dax is everywhere. He knows what it is. It's like, hey, come playoff time, you know what you got to do, Dak. You got those pick sixes, man. The world gonna hate you. The world already hates you, but the world gonna hate you, especially in Texas. So,
but y'all, they may hate him, but they still do fill the $100,000 Jerry World up though.
What's facts?
Cowboys gonna sell anyway. It don't even matter with them.
They They don't got to win shit. They're not going. They don't got to win at all.
Right.
They win every single year. They're the champions every single year.
Yeah, and honestly, technically, they really are champions if you really look at it. Because I mean, if you look at it, and I told you guys this before, from how I always used to break it down from the WWE standpoint of, okay, yeah, you may not be the guy and have the championship, but if you're selling out tons of merch, that means you're making tons of money. At the end of the day, for instance, Scott Hall, God rest his soul, Razor Ramon, he used to say all the time, oh, yeah, they're like, why aren't you WWE champion or WCW champion? He's like, look, the check's clear. I don't care. He was getting paid top 3 money, especially when he left WWF. He was getting paid top 3 money. The way their contract was they were hoping people signed for more money because they had him and Kevin Nash had an escalator in their contract to get more money. Genius idea. The reason I say that is if you're a guy, if you ever heard Gilbert Arenas talk about it, he said, would you rather have, basically be James Harden or Robert Ory? And they're like,
the 50
everybody
million versus the rings or whatever the argument was. Or something
yeah.
like
And they're talking about, they said, rings ain't going to feed my family.
Thank you.
I think only one person I ever heard who got asked that shit, a pro athlete, actually said the ring. Everybody else quickly said money, though.
Yeah. So think about it, y'all. And y'all can back me or go against it. But if you have that mindset for, we'll say, 80% of guys, right, in the NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball, then why would the fans are, oh my God, I can't believe, I need to. They don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck.
Hell no.
Y'all can root all y'all want. I didn't come to y'all city to win no fucking Super Bowl. I came here to get paid.
Turn up and fuck some hoes.
That's it. I don't care.
And then someone want to start a family.
Exactly. That's it. I'm gonna get the fame around this city. I don't give a fuck if y'all want me to win y'all Super Bowl. I don't have to win y'all Super Bowl. My job is already done. It's kind of like a bus driver. When we want to get on the bus, we want the bus to hurry up and go fast so we can get to work, right? But the bus driver's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm at work already.
Yeah, this is my job to follow the speed limit.
I always tell people that I'm already at work. I don't have to rush. Nigga.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to that may be one of the greatest analogies ever too, because guess what? I've seen them literally be 2 hours, 30 minutes late, 45 minutes late, and I've seen them. They'll stop at Dunkin' Donuts or whatever the fuck. They don't care. Exactly. Like, wait a minute, how are you late? And then going to be more late because they're like, you know what? Guess what? After I stop, it's just like if you're late to work, if you're going to be 20 minutes late, shit, you might as well go fucking eat a donut or whatever the fuck. Who cares at this point? Like, you're already. You know what I mean? Like, what are they going to do? Like, well, instead of 20 minutes late, you were 30 minutes late. Well, does it really matter?
Yeah, exactly.
And I will say about Quincy.
I always stand by that analogy. No, go ahead. When I came up with that, I realized that about bus drivers. But go ahead. I don't want to interrupt you. But
no, you're good. I was just going to say real quick because I saw the comment there. Shout out Quincy Carter. Like, that guy hasn't got mentioned in probably like 20 years. He may be working at IHOP right now, but but Quincy Carter, like, what's wild is he was another black man who had skill. Like, him being a cowboy was like he was a cowboy at the worst time, if y'all remember, because that was coming off of. It's hard to come off of. It's basically like being after Tom Brady. Like, well, you're after Tom Brady or Peyton. Here you go. And they had a dynasty, and then it's like, and of course, him being a nigga quarterback at that after the white Troy Aikman done won. It was even worse. You know what I mean? Because they're like, yeah, wait a minute, we were used to Troy Aikman winning, and now we got this nigga and going 4-12.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
easy scapegoat right there.
Yeah. So, and if you really look back, I mean, even though that's we'd have to really, really look back. Black quarterbacks, depending on where they go, have not. Some have success, you know, like ultimate success, like Patrick Mahomes. Some have the Tyrod Taylor type of success, which is kind of what you want. And then a lot of them is just like, well, he'll be the next big thing, and they'll fizzle out. And I feel like, speaking of that, that's what will happen on Michael Penix Jr.
That is a weird situation. Well, I was the first one I was gonna think of Jalen Hurts. Well, we see that shit now.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. But yeah,
they were saying Penix might go undrafted because I know the biggest storyline is the whole season-ending injuries. He's 24, another older quarterback, which all these quarterbacks would be playing for 6-7 years now, thanks to how the transfer portal and all that shit works.
Mm-hmm.
But that is weird though. I would have figured he would have been like at least third, fourth round.
Hey, they get on his release and all this other crap. Right now you don't see too many left-handed quarterbacks. I feel like he has skill, but like it's interesting because you look at. I mean, he could basically be Tua, I guess, right? I mean,
yeah.
Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if the Dolphins actually drafted him. Just think about that, or picked him up.
That would be some shit.
Yeah, like, well, we're just gonna draft a nigga version of you, and Tua, we don't want to pay you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think Tua's gonna be out of the league soon anyway.
Who, Tua?
Penix go from Heisman finalist to not being drafted. That is some even Troy Smith managed to land on the team. Like, shit.
I think we're gonna see Tua's brother. I think he's gonna go to the league. I think he's gonna go to the league.
He can't come back to college. They already denied this shit. So
it's a wrap.
Yeah, there's like, nigga, you got enough years. You trying to go for what? It's year 7 or some shit? Like, go.
Yeah,
because he was at Alabama, then he went to Maryland and shit. And it's like, trying to make some excuse why he should play another year. It's like, bro, just go.
Just go.
Like, that's what the NCAA needs to do. Because, like, I'm tired of seeing so and so to transfer to this school. He been a quarterback at 3 different colleges before. I'm like, nigga, just go. Cam Ward, was he going to Miami after he was trying to get drafted or something? Like, nigga, just go to the league.
Hey.
Just go.
Yeah.
So, hey,
granted, they do get paid to stay in college too, so you got to factor that in too. It's like, why go to the league when I get paid another year?
You're paid right now,
living it up. So,
hey, a lot of them will make great UFL quarterbacks in the spring league.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of them heading in a couple years.
I
might be one of them to the UFL. Who knows?
Because the NFL doesn't have they don't have enough space, so it's like, yo, listen, because I'm pretty sure NFL has deals with all these other leagues. So listen, we're gonna bring some quarterbacks over there, bring some players over there.
If you can't make it, you can take your ass to the Canadian Football League, which is like, I guess, the equivalent to kind of overseas for pro basketball.
There you go.
Yeah, honestly, I like watching Canadian football. Like, their rules are different. I like the pace of the game. Yeah, like they play, even though it's sort of arena league style. Honestly, there's a lot of guys who end up making a good living over there, and you don't got to deal with the jerk offs that of the NFL and stuff like that.
That's it.
I just learned this the other day because I know you a Michigan fan.
I am.
Ian. Did you know Devin Funchess plays overseas, like professional basketball? Yes, after 7 years, I learned this the other day watching Raw Room. Yes, he plays overseas.
My guy bunches of Funches, and I try to be somewhat of a historian of different teams or whatever, not even just Michigan, but like, it's weird that he picked up basketball, but I mean, they make a good living. Like, honestly, I'd play in the Iraqi, Israeli, whatever the fuck league and get paid nice. Like, you know what I mean? To play, even if it's 200,000, like some of these guys get 200, 300,000, right? Just to play basketball. And think about it, if you're overseas, the team picks up everything. You're over there 6 months. You're not paying for anything.
Nope.
So I want to say he done said G League teams and reached out and stuff. Because, I mean, he played basketball when he was, younger and shit, like high school. And he was, like, he could have easily done that and played college ball and everything. Because I saw a video, his vertical, this nigga chin was at the rim.
And I will say
like,
this.
shit.
You know what's Wild Lobo is like? So he's one of those guys, and I'll bring this up too to y'all. He's one of those guys who literally, you know, you look at him. I mean, stud. Not to be, all salivating like Stephen A. did over. I forget who it was. It was like, oh my god, if he was just a few more inches. But literally, Devin Funches had what you wanted: 6'3", 6'4", 240, built like a freaking tank. And I always wondered why he didn't, make it higher than he did. You know what I mean? But it makes sense when you really think about it. It's just like singers and entertainers and other areas where it's like, why is she a one-hit wonder? Or why did he only end up in one movie? Because, you want to go further.
As well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta follow these rules.
So imagine they tell Devin Funches, hey kid, I know, you were, catching all these passes against Big Ten competition, whatever, but now you're going to go to Carolina and act like you can't catch a cold. Like, what? hey, y'all, it would be like you being in wrestling and, you get the script, for the Royal Rumble's the other day. So it's like you get the script for the Rumble, and it's like, hey, you're gonna get thrown out by like Doink the Clown. Like what? like Doink the Clown's gonna throw me out. Like, but I'm, you could have been on the rise as a star, and they're like, no, he's throwing you out, and I know you were big time, but we don't care. And that's how they do. I promise you, and I felt like this even before knowing certain numbers and stuff like that. That's why, I've said to y'all for years on here when I'm on, like, if we look at it, people in the audience, if you look at it from a WWE standpoint, like, hey, who would you market? Who would you push? Taylor Swift has been pushed all year. Certain other guys. Are they going to push you? Oh, and not saying it can't happen at least one time or two times, but would they really push this guy over your favorite guy? And if the answer is no, then you already got your answer. Like, it's easy, and sure, point spreads and this, that, and the third. But hell, you could even look at, say, when Kansas City plays Buffalo, normally it's always within a touchdown. So you could literally just pick, Kansas City and say +7 and know that you're probably going to win money. You could look at Chiefs, Bengals. Every game is within 3 to 4 points. So what does that mean? Just literally say, well, I really don't think Joe Burrow beat him this time. Go with Kansas City +4. Hell, you can do whatever you want. You'll probably win. And if you bet off of that instead of like logically, and sure, there's little jigs here and there, but if you bet logically and bet small change here and there, you're going to win. You're going to beat the system. That's why Vegas, I'll say this to you guys real quick. I have a friend who is a bookie. I won't out him like that, but he's been a bookie for literally like 20, 30 years. And before even betting was like, all around. And I used to tell him all the time in games, like, hey, because I had offshore accounts, whatever. Like, hey, who do you like in this game? Well, man, I need, team X to win because everybody's hammering team Y. And I'm like, well, I think team X is going to win outright anyway, right? Easy. That's the easiest way to do it. Perfect example, and I told my friends this in a group chat I'm in. Some of them may actually be watching this now. I said, right before the Ohio State-Michigan game, do you know 70% of the money was on Ohio State to win and cover?
I believe that.
And so what did the casinos do? Not only did they not cover, and they didn't win or cover. Same thing here, like with Kansas City, Baltimore. So many people going the other way. Everybody's picking Baltimore. I'm like, just keep hammering Kansas City. If you took the Lions, even though they blew it, if you took the Lions money line, you could have got anywhere from 7.5, 8, maybe up to 10.
Mm-hmm.
What they lost by what 3?
Yeah, the points was the points was the play.
Yeah, the spread was 7, and then they covered.
That was the play. That was the play.
And I heard you last week, B, talking about the Lions will never win anything, and there we go.
There you go. Yeah. Where y'all fans at? Because Lobo made that video. I know everybody. I know everybody that was talking in that video. That video that he put. I have screenshots like a motherfucker. They better talk. They gotta talk now. Don't hide. Y'all gotta talk. For real. Y'all talk
your
don't know
shit,
he's
man.
bugging.
Talk your shit real quick.
Come out the woodworks and talk. Go under that video. I need y'all to go under that video, and I need y'all to talk y'all shit. Everyone that said I was bugging about the Lions when I tried to tell y'all they are never going to win a Super Bowl, at least not now. It's never going to happen. Hopefully y'all believe me. Do not think Dan Campbell and the Lions are going to do something next year. Matter of fact, I guarantee you they're not going to win next year. They're not going to win the year after, and they're not going to win the year after that. Who wants to put some money on that? For all y'all that said I was bugging, like I said, the Lions will never win a Super. They don't win Super Bowls. They're not one of the teams that win Super Bowls. Just like the Bengals, the Browns. There's a lot of teams that don't win. So everybody that was in those comments. And Lobo's going to keep that video up. I want to see y'all. I'm going to check that video every 3 hours. And I want to see some new comments. Everyone that said I was bugging, I want to see y'all comment. Don't hide now. That's what I want to say. I tried to tell y'all that. That's what Dan Campbell does. That's his job. They don't win Super Bowls. Dan Campbell was going to come in his 3rd year and just win a Super Bowl. Oh, they had Jared Goff. Fuck. That's all I needed to say. Never. It'll never happen. It'll never happen. All right, y'all. Look at me. No. I'm talking about the ones that was in the comments talking shit about me. Look at me. No. Look at me. What happened? Oh, okay. All right. Tried to tell him. I was waiting for this day. He's bugging. He don't know what he's talking about. They don't win. I mean, they're gonna win. Or some people, it's the Lions. It's the Lions' year. Yeah, the Lions' year to lose, like they always do.
Yeah, I know someone mentioned the Browns too. As far as another team they were pushing heavy because of the whole Joe Flacco storyline.
That's right. Oh, that Browns. Yeah. I already got at y'all Brown fans. Y'all don't want me to keep going with y'all. With them Lions fans. Now, put it like this. Who's next? Tell me another team. Tell me
what did they gonna push to fall short?
Think is gonna win this year? Tell me so I can let y'all know how it works. It don't work that way. The whole trick is let's take a bottom feeder team and push them
as a feel good story.
Push them, right? Exactly. We push them and make people believe that it's their year and they're gonna win, only for them to go right back down. It's the oldest trick in the book, bro. The oldest trick in the book. That's what they did with the Bengals the year that the Rams won. Oldest trick in the book. Let's hype them up. People think they're gonna win, only for them to go back down.
Someone said the Jags. That'd be a good example.
Facts. Yeah. Didn't that happen with the Jags too?
The year that Jalen Ramsey tweeted that they had to throw the game and shit against the Patriots. Yeah. And the ref was celebrating with the Patriots and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. There's teams that just don't win, y'all. It don't work like that. No teams are gonna come out every year and there's a new team that wins. Nah, it don't work that way.
You have to have
Chargers next. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to have a and I think there's levels to it to kind of piggyback that. So you have to look at what level of winning you can get to. Like for the Lions, if you're a Lions fan, even though obviously it probably sucks that how whatever happened today happened, especially because they yanked it away from you like that. this was probably, I mean, the best case scenario, if not, getting, as I like to say, shout out to Brock Lesnar, getting F5'd out of here by Mahomes in the next round. But like, unless, I'm trying to think of something, unless like Matthew Stafford's son or Tom Brady's son or something like that plays for the Lions as far as a quarterback, they won't ever win a Super Bowl. Sorry, just how it is. Now, if you look at some of the other teams that you mentioned, like with the Browns definitely had a good narrative as far as you go to the playoffs because Jim Brown died.
Yeah.
Yep. And so I knew that the Browns would be good because Jim Brown died. They had his patch on them all year. So, and Jim Brown's a legend, makes perfect sense. But again, realistically, the Browns have won a Super Bowl. It was just, with Baltimore.
The NFL championship and shit.
Oh, yeah, that too. I was just going to say it was, the OG Browns, the Ravens.
Yeah, and then
I like to troll them.
That's confusing. Yeah, that should be confusing as hell.
So yeah, the Browns are winners, just in a purple uniform. So hey, Browns, maybe eventually, sadly not with Deshaun Watson because of whole massaging thing. They'll go to the playoffs, maybe get to the championship game, but unless they have a strong narrative, which they don't, they're not going to do it either. So it's like, oh yeah, Joe Flacco. You think they're going to let freaking Joe Flacco come and have all that time away and then win a Super Bowl? No.
Yeah, that's what I was saying to y'all. Like, well, not y'all, but like the people that was saying it, I'm like, it really works that way. Like, you could just come back and win a Super Bowl. Why do people? Let me ask you two guys. Why do you think people just easily fall for these narratives like that? Like, just so.
Oh, the comeback player shit.
Yeah, like just somebody's just gonna come back after like just
it
and just win a
on
Super Bowl
those
like that.
nostalgia strings because it's like you get a demographic of people that might have grew up watching them as a kid. Like for me, Joe Flacco, I was in high school watching Joe Flacco play, and then a freshman in college when they won the Super Bowl, the Ravens won the Super Bowl, and it's like, damn, this nigga 38 and he coming back and da 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 da. That's how they get people and shit like that, which we know ain't no way in hell the Browns with a 38-year-old quarterback they gonna have him go against Lamar Jackson, C.J. Stroud, Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, any of them, and make it out unscathed. Come on.
There you go.
Now I want to say, I'm glad you mentioned that. I want to say this though on that. Now, one of the things that I thought about was. Because, all right, so the Texans beat the Colts, right? They're like, well, Texas beat the Colts, and the Browns have been basically, because they were good enough but not good enough, if that makes sense, they were good enough to be stuck right in that fifth spot. And I was like, well, interestingly enough, and I knew it wasn't going to be the Jacks because they basically choked, I was like, Houston can be the 4 seed after beating, what's the name? If you remember, a few weeks before that, what happened? And I'm a big, speaking of the narrative, I am huge on when it goes one way, right? As far as especially in season, right? Remember Joe Flacco threw for like 350. Amari Cooper had like 250 receiving against Houston in Houston. So what would you, if you weren't thinking, what would you say? Oh, well, we whooped their ass the last time. Wink, wink.
So it should be the exact same.
So we'll definitely do it this time. No, you idiot. No, you should be more worried. And I'll give you a perfect example of that. Not only this year, because I thought about that when they played. And I was like, yeah, C.J. Stroud could win a playoff game. Rookie head coach. C.J.'s a rookie. Yeah. He's about to be rookie of the year. If y'all remember, and mind you, I'm a Jet fan. I remember... And this is before I really knew, certain things. But in my heart, I kept telling people, I said, man, the Jets have just lost to the Patriots like 45. I think the score was 45-3, right? And that was like 4 or 5 weeks before they played the playoffs. So everybody and their mom told me, oh, they're going to smack them again. And I said, I'm telling you, I don't know why. I just knew. I said, man, I'm telling you, it ain't going to happen that way. It's going to be a closer game. And then we won 28-21. And, all the stuff that they were doing before, ironically, they weren't doing, right? So, as far as the Patriots. So, I've always said the worst thing a team can do is blow out a team or hit records. Yeah. Look at 19-8 for. I know. B, you're in the New York area. Remember 19-8 Yankees Red Sox?
You said 19. What year?
No, I was saying. Do you remember the? Oh, I'm sorry. Do you remember the score? 19-8.
With the
Yankees Red Sox 04.
Oh my gosh, yes. You mean the year that the Red Sox won? That year, right?
Yeah.
Broke the Bambino curse and shit.
And I told people, and mind you, I grew up, even though I'm in Cincinnati, like I like the Reds, but I grew up a Yankee fan. I told everybody, like one of my close friends is a huge Red Sox fan. I said, man, they scored, again, not knowing certain things. I said, man, they scored too much. It's not, I said, what's the name of this? We're going to at least take it to game 5. And then I was like, if they take it to game 5 and they don't win by game 6, it's over. Ironically, we see how that worked out. But they had blew their proverbial wad out there at 19-8, and I don't think they scored over 4 runs the rest of the series.
That's like the Dodgers in the regular season versus in the postseason, how they just can't score no more. Pitchers can't pitch no more. Same shit.
Yeah. So like people, to further y'all point, people need to figure out like how a narrative is of, the situation. Like, hey, this guy has X, Y, and Z going for him. This guy has Taylor Swift going for him. Or this, this team, like you said, they're trying to build you up for what? To crash you down.
Boom. Yeah, because everybody.
They did that with Miami Dolphins this year.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh my God, it's Miami's. Yeah, look at them. Nah,
from scoring 70 to getting 56 dropped on their head to not scoring double digits in a super cold game.
That was the super trap, y'all, with Miami. It was the super trap, right? I'm like, Miami, it's no way. They don't win. That's another team that don't win. It's like people got to realize everybody can't go. You know what I'm saying? It's like everyone cannot fit on this train. Only one team technically can only really win the Super Bowl, rigged or not. But being that it is rigged, they have specific teams that win. Now, yes, you're gonna get one team that wins their first Super Bowl like every decade. You'll see.
Yeah, they gotta spread it out and shit.
Yeah, they gotta spread it out. But if you want to be on some regular shit, every team is not gonna win a Super Bowl. It's not. Remember, this was the year where they hyped up. I feel like they hyped up every single team except for like who? The Panthers, the Cardinals, like teams like that.
I wouldn't say every team they hyped up.
Yeah,
they only really hyped up Ravens, Niners, Lions, by default the Chiefs in there, the Cowboys was an every year thing.
Yeah.
Going into the season the Jets, but that shit ended very quickly.
Yeah, that ended there. You saw that, right? That ended
the Bills.
That's what I'm saying. So that's
like 6 teams. That's it.
And they crash, but only one of those teams can win. Only one team can win. It's like people seem to think every team is gonna win just because like you see them talking about them all over the internet. Nah, it don't work that way.
Yeah,
need that parody. That's why it's like college football. They have this parody with who's gonna make the playoffs, and it looks like all these teams can make it, but then it's the same suspects making it every year. Which
sure enough,
probably change.
Right? Sure enough,
the
teams that wasn't like the teams that was being hyped up, they just magically just fall in the end, and like you said, they don't make the playoffs. It's like all of this whole season just for this. Happens.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna tell you guys. It's funny you mentioned that because I'm gonna tell you guys. Speaking of that, what Shawn Michaels once said, and I always think about this when it comes to, sports in general, as far as rankings and stuff like this. So Shawn Michaels, he was off, taking time off or whatever, and he told Vince, like, yeah, I ain't coming back to wrestle, but he ended up refereeing. And he said, Shawn Michaels, he said, you got your opening card, your middle of the card, all this stuff. He said, your top of the card. And then he said, you got the main event. And he said, Shawn Michaels only does one match, and that's the main event.
Yep.
And if you, as a fan, think about your team, or think about a player on your team who is a star, or whatever you want to say, and ask yourself, how high of a level can my team really go realistically? Now, you may even get to the main event, but you got to ask yourself, if you're going against Jordan or LeBron, if you're not like Steph Curry or something, or Mahomes or Brady or Manning or the Steelers or something like that. If you're the Steelers playing the Cardinals, who do you think sells more merch?
Exactly, Steelers.
Who would make, because they're under one umbrella, who would make the NFL more money? Sometimes it's harder than others, but like it's just like to go back what you were saying about the Cowboys. The Cowboys literally print money.
Exactly.
So of course when they finally do actually, and even people saying this year, well, the Lions ate it over them. So now it's even more of a running joke. So when they finally do something, Cowboy fans are literally going to be telling everybody to suck it just because they made it to the conference championship. Like, I told you, we finally did it. But they cash out. The stadium cashes out.
That's regardless.
Regardless, it's just like the Knicks. And again, I'm ironically
facts. Madison Square Garden, not to interrupt you, Madison Square Garden,
same way.
A few blocks from here is crazy. No matter how the Knicks record is, go over there to Madison Square Garden. If y'all out here and y'all hanging out by a bar, whatever, and it's a Knicks game, go hang out right there by Madison Square Garden. You'll see. It's always a zoo.
By the way, next time I'm in New York, I'll have to link up with you. But I tell people all the time, like, being a Knicks fan, I'm like, even before Carmelo, there was times when they were throwing out Strawberry and Steve Francis, and they're still selling out. What does that mean? Like the Knicks, and I know if you look at the Knicks money, the Lakers, hell, they were on par with the Lakers when the Lakers had Kobe and Shaq, and they had like Jared Jeffries or something. Like,
yeah.
So
Knicks still are. Knicks is top 3 still of highest paid NBA teams.
Oh, the team's worth the highest amount of money. Yeah, things like
the
Knicks are in there, the Cowboys, Yankees, Lakers in there.
Yep. The Knicks are,
and that's what they always talk about on TV. Are the main teams. The Knicks is always somebody about to get traded. Cowboys all year round. Lakers, especially since they got LeBron, all year round. And then they sprinkle in Golden State for basketball. College football, SEC.
Yeah, there you go.
And sprinkle in the Big Ten. That's it.
Yeah, that's basically the only 2 conferences now.
It's the same repetitive shit. But one thing people got to know is, y'all notice in football, dynasty teams are not teams from big markets anymore, like back then. Well, the Patriots, Massachusetts. I mean, who the fuck talks about being up there? Let's just be for real.
And it's in Foxborough too.
Yeah, exactly.
Like fuck nowhere. They say the stadium's in like a neighborhood and shit.
Yeah, it's in the middle of nowhere. If you ever Google map it, it's literally in the middle of nowhere.
Exactly.
Green Bay, there's nothing to do there.
Nothing. And then you got got the Chiefs in Missouri. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a big market.
Pittsburgh back in the day too. What I heard, correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard there's not a whole lot to do in Pittsburgh either. It's like more of one of those, like a commuter city.
Yeah, it's more industrial. Like all the Midwestern cities are more industrial stuff. Yeah, they don't care. Like, but you gotta think, like, where would it mean more? Don't get me wrong. Like the Yankees are Yankees, but hell, now the Yankees can sell off nostalgia. They don't have to be the Yankees anymore. You know what I mean?
Man. Yo, bro, y'all need to go to a Yankee game if y'all ever link up with me out here. We on a Yankee game, bro. You want to talk about ridiculousness? Now that's one team that they don't have to worry about nothing. They can have a high school team. The Yankees are always going to sell out. They're always going to sell out.
But even like midday games in the summer, they still sell out for that shit.
You ride the 4 train, right? The 4 train in Yankee Stadium. We talking about black people, white people, Spanish people. It's crazy on Yankee Day, on Yankee games. I'm sorry, whenever they home, and I keep it 100 with you. Like the midday games be fire. It be fire. It's always live for some reason. To me, I find it to be a lot more live than the night games, personally. Especially if they playing somebody good, though. If they playing somebody good, the midday games is better because you can get nice and lit, whatever you do, smoke, drink, and we talking about all types of people. They do that shit, and then you got the rest of the day to chill.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's like a 3:30 football game here.
It's
like the best because it's like gives you enough time to pregame, enough time to rest, then go out. Versus night games, I fucking hate night games. Like it's cool when I don't have to go, but it's because traffic gets so bottled up here, and it fucks up everybody's schedule to do shit. It fucks up the night schedule. The day schedule be straight. Like you get all day to sleep in, eat your breakfast, hang out with friends, go to the farmer's market, then you can turn up, do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Yeah.
Are you in Knoxville?
Yep.
Yeah. Knoxville can be wild. I remember last time I was down there. Yeah, SEC fans are wild too. Like, and not a lot of it's geographical, and like somebody said in the chat, like as far as San Antonio, but like coming up. But what's crazy is, and I remember this. Because these are just like weird stats that I remember from before San Antonio, or not before, but the first time they won in '99 to now. You know, San Antonio's population and growth is like moved real high.
They've grown a little bit more.
And you know, and you get different things in different places. So you know, some big markets, who cares? It's like, you know, yeah, it's cool if the Bulls have something. You know, maybe 20, 30 years ago, and they can still kind of move up eventually, right? But does it really matter now? Like if you can get a Kansas City, because guess what? Kansas City, the last 6-7 years. You know, not only are they getting people from their area, but people are traveling from Cincinnati. Like Cincinnati people, I know, you know, they travel hard to Kansas City and buy tickets because they want to see them beat them, or a Buffalo. And Buffalo fans travel too. Buffalo fans travel. I mean, there's a lot of teams that travel hard. So Vegas, that's why the Raiders was genius, because some of the highest tickets was Raider games. Because all the opposing fans, you know, obviously you get Raider fans, and most of the Raider fans are transplants from Cali, so you got that,
which is right next door.
Right. Then Philadelphia's playing the Raiders. They may not be there for a minute. We got to go see them. Dallas is playing at the Raiders, or Pittsburgh is playing at the Raiders. Man, we can make it a weekend. We can make it a whole event.
Yeah.
You know, so it's one of those, like, you don't need it to be the Bears or the Jets or the Giants or like the Chargers or the Rams. Like, they gave the Rams a bone just, you know, because LA, you know, they've been there for a few more years recently. You know, they wanted to throw them a bone so that they could keep everybody on TV out there. But hell, think about it now. You know, the Rams are still, you know, people kind of still want to see them. But now, Chargers are must-see TV.
They got Jim Harbaugh now.
Mm-hmm.
And what is Herbert going to do?
Exactly. You're going to have a comeback season. Another thing about Chicago, because people have asked this numerous times about why the Bears always struggle, is out of all the major market cities, they generate the least amount of revenue in the NFL. That's why they don't put a whole lot of eggs in the Chicago basket. And on top of that, they still have to deal with whether they're gonna move the stadium or renovate Soldier Field to put a roof on it and shit. So they got some things they gotta work out. Same with Washington with their stadium situation. I learned this the other day. The Raiders are not Raiders, but the Ravens are actually renovating their stadium too in the next like year. So
they are. Oh,
yeah, I be people who renovating shit and how good they doing. Look, first time they host the AFC Championship game too. So
yeah, because that matters.
Kansas City, they renovated their shit a few years ago.
Yeah,
they named it GEHA State Field or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
you know how that shit go with NBA with new arenas.
Hey, and soon here with Tennessee.
Yeah, when they finish building that big mega stadium that's a ripoff of SoFi.
Yeah,
in Jacksonville, they're getting another one too. They're gentrifying that area, so they're gonna be good in the future.
Yeah. Trevor Lawrence will probably get to eventually a championship game and lose it.
Let me ask you, who do you think is going to be, as we close out, who's going to be the next young quarterback to finally get their first ring? Is it going to be Brock Purdy, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence? Black quarterback, who you think going to be the next one?
I think the least paid out of all of them. I think
right now that'd be Brock, technically.
Yep. I think the least paid out of all of them is going to get the Super Bowl. I usually run with that narrative. Who's the least paid? If it's not like Patrick Mahomes is the only one that can be the most paid and win. Anyone else in the middle, as far as their contracts being active right now, I don't see it.
Don't say not Josh Allen. He didn't have so many chances too. That's the crazy part about him.
He has so many chances. He's a loser.
Josh Allen is, I'm just throwing it out there again. Josh Allen is just a running version of Phillip Rivers. I actually met Josh Allen in Buffalo. I legitimately did. What was it, like a year or two ago? I forget how time flies. And he was super cool. But I told somebody said it. Like seriously, he's a Phillip Rivers who can run. They ain't gonna let that. That dude, he'll be on TV and all that. Shout out to Buffalo. They'll actually get primetime games and more revenue. But, I like to use it. You guys can steal it and use it as much as you want. I like to say these words and type them out. Like I said earlier to my friends, Lamar will never matter. This team will never matter. Like, if people get that through their heads, like, look, in the grand scheme, it's like, what does it mean? Like, Lamar will never matter. He's an MVP. Yeah, and that's all he'll ever be. He'll be an AFC champion.
Yeah.
Hey, he'll be, the AFC or NFC championship game. Don't get me wrong, that's a big deal. I'm not trying to diminish it per se, but it's like, look, there is main event in WrestleMania, and there's main event in, SmackDown. And guess what? Lamar is just good enough for that. Lamar, throw him away. He doesn't matter. Josh Allen, sadly, throw him away. He doesn't matter. Brock Purdy, obviously he has a chance to do it here in 2 weeks, but I will say this about Brock too, as far as moving forward as they change the team. Firstly, he's young. Secondly, he kind of has the Kurt Warner
underdog
in him.
Story to go with it. Same
underdog. Literally Mr. Irrelevant from Iowa. Come on. Him and Breece Hall play together, by the way.
Say what again?
Him and Breece Hall play together at Iowa State.
Huh. I forgot Breece Hall went there.
Yeah. And Iowa State has a lot of running backs. I want to say David Montgomery went there too.
Damn. I'm up there.
If you look, Iowa State's had some fire guys come through there. Like, this is a weird place. Like, but yeah, Brock Purdy has it. Like, I'll kind of go through a few more real quick. Like Watson, no. AFC wise,
I'll say Trevor Lawrence. In some years, Trevor Lawrence might be the one who has a good chance.
Yeah.
Very easy. We could easily promote that shit. We know why.
Yeah, and I will say, even though he's under the radar right now, I firmly believe Tennessee will suck in a couple years, and they're already bottoming out, and Arch Manning will be a Tennessee Titan.
Interesting.
Why they getting that new around the time they gonna get this new stadium? Just in time for the new stadium, right?
Yeah, Arch Manning, because they were talking about Peyton buying into the team years ago. Hey, he goes through because Arch is going to be a star. Like it's just what it is.
I mean,
it's just like Marvin Harrison Jr. Marvin Harrison Jr. born and bred to be. Like Kyler, Lobo, just to go through, like Kyler, no. I mean, there's so many people I can say no, like Destiny Child to, that are young. Out of the guys coming up, I would even say no to Caleb.
Oh, Caleb, he who paints his nails, Caleb Williams.
He's gonna be the fucking man. That boy, listen, Jalen Hurts 2.0. I'm saying it now. Jalen Hurts 2.0. I'm calling it now. Jalen Hurts 2.0.
And I knew Jalen would get some push because he's I think it's a Q dog if I remember correctly.
He is a Q dog. That's a fact.
So I knew he would get some push, and he actually doesn't carry himself like too outlandish, but so it's like his ceiling is just, I don't know. It's like whatever last year is where he hit his ceiling. Like that is as good as it's going to get, which, hey, a Super Bowl attendee, I mean, how can you be mad? But some people, that's all they can do, man. Like, I mean, you gotta love them for it. And let me say this to you guys real quick. Going back to the narrative thing. Let's see, what's the better narrative? Nigga, Jalen Hurts winning a Super Bowl against Patrick Mahomes, who they want to be nigga Tom Brady, or Nick Foles beating Tom Brady?
That's what I said. Bro.
And you said that the Eagles weren't going to win another one after that Nick Foles thing because you can't top beating the so-called GOAT.
Yes, I have a video on that. Yes, I do.
That's funny. I didn't see it. I'm sorry.
I swear to God. No. I didn't actually release it, but I actually made a video literally saying that what's a better narrative? Nick Foles beating a Tom Brady or Jalen Hurts beating a Patrick Mahomes? For the Eagles fans, it's a better story. For the whole beating Tom Brady, we beat
as
Tom
a backup on top of that,
right?
Too.
Exactly, because the last time we was there, Tom Brady beat us, so we got our lick back.
Right.
It's a better narrative. That's why
they can say
win the championship, and we'll be dead by the time the Eagles win a championship.
Yeah, and they can say, "Oh, well, we lost to Mahomes, but fuck that, we beat Tom Brady anyway. Who cares?" Like sometimes that's just the way it is, and that's what I'm saying. Like if more people figure that out, like once you get to like a certain level, it's just like the Pistons. The Pistons have been complete ass cheeks for years, but hey, they beat freaking Kobe and Shaq.
Mm-hmm. That's it. They can hang.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like once people figure out that's how it is, like honestly, I'll say this. One person who I can say, and they're on the clock is ticking. If Joe Burrow was to, we'll revisit this obviously at another time, but if Joe Burrow was to win, it would be next year.
Because of where they playing at?
They're playing
won the national championship and all that shit.
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to end up being one of them things that just gets around too quick, like the Super Bowl logo. Like they were mocking that shit in both games today about the logo colors.
Yeah,
that I think that's another one because that would be the the easiest thing people would assume.
Yeah, he just got paid too. You think that would happen during his that big contract year?
So his contract. So the one thing is his contract escalates after. So if I remember correctly, not this upcoming. It's either this upcoming year. No, it's 2 years that I think it starts. So after this year is when his escalator of money goes up, kind of like there's. I think Jalen Brown's the same way in basketball. So like, could they potentially make a run? I'll say this. One thing that would be interesting is if they get rid of T and get one of those LSU boys. That would really make me think about it. But like you were saying about the narrative with the logos and stuff like that, because people started catching on, they did the same thing with Rams of not 49ers, Rams and Bengals, because I still believe originally it was supposed to be Bengals 49ers, and Joe Burrow would have got his lick back, or got the lick back for Joe Montana, and they were like, oh, everybody sees that every time the Bengals go, the 49ers go. Because if you remember, they flip-flopped the games. Like this year, the AFC went first, and normally it's switched.
Yeah, that's what we said last week. They did a switch. It don't make no sense. It was never like that.
Yeah, so that tells you right away. And I kept saying, they could be doing this, but it was out there for 3-4 weeks. So now NFL, all these leagues, they're starting to get more clever against people. So sometimes you just got to be like, okay, not saying this can't happen, but I think they're going to zigzag somewhere. So, it's the same thing with this. Like,
they got to do the whole leak script thing like they did with the Chiefs and Lions, the Ravens and the Niners, Eagles and Chiefs last year with flip scores. Yeah, they got to do all this crazy shit now just to keep people on their toes with how much they try to memeify the whole scripted shit.
Yeah, because they tell you, because even earlier, think about it, they originally said, well, yeah, it's scripted, and then they had to basically make a joke of it being scripted so that people were like, oh, whatever. And they did say some things like surprises, like, nobody would believe this. I mean, think about it. Nobody would believe Joe Flacco would have did what he did. Nobody would have believed that the Lions do what they do. Like, so they didn't lie. I mean, everybody thinks, like you guys said, getting to the promised land is the promised land. Like, it's the very top. But sometimes, it's just cool to, be in the main event or be in the secondary thing.
That's it. Just be there. You did that. That's the accomplishment right there. Because everybody.
Yeah. So if you guys look at that, not us in the chat, but if people look at it as far as narratives that far, if they just look at it like, man, that team got pretty far. You know what I mean? Not every character is going to be a main character.
Exactly. That's enough.
True.
That they won. They won right there. Like the Lions, they won their Super Bowl for two times already these last 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
And to close things out, the Bucks and the Lions game is one of, like, I think they said the highest paid Super Bowl, like highest paid Super or playoff ticket in NFL.
Yeah, it was like $1,000 minimum, right? Minimum.
Yeah, it was like 1,100 minimum. Yeah, it was high as hell.
Yeah, that was the money right there.
They had won one playoff game in like 50 years. I mean, hey, and then also that was coming off of Michigan, winning the national championship. So the whole state of Michigan, which has been ass in football for a while, comparative, they had like the greatest few months ever. I mean, if they would have got it done today, I mean, you wouldn't be able to tell a Lion fan mostly anything. So I just feel like, it'll be interesting to see if they let Taylor Swift hold a Super Bowl trophy, but we can get at that at another day.
When it's time to cross that,
yeah. Taylor Swift, you just won the Super Bowl. I'm going to Disney World or something. By the way, she has a concert that same day, and they said it's possible. I was watching this before the game, and they said it's possible because she plays in Japan, to fly from Japan to Las Vegas and still make it by game time.
Yeah,
so that'll be a whole thing too.
Oh God, I can already imagine that.
Yeah, they're making a big deal about. To me, that's
non-stop coverage
right
of her
there.
boarding the plane and all this shit.
Yeah.
How they talk about this woman more than the actual team itself usually is. That just feels weird.
I hate it. I hate
Hey,
it so much.
Lobo, I sent Lobo a text. He saw how much money they made.
Yeah, I told him about that shit. That over 300 mil. That's
Because there's girls now. I'll tell you this much. So real quick. So in Cincinnati, Travis and Jason both went here, right? When I tell you, so I did work for UC versus Oklahoma earlier in the year, and when I tell you there was so many UC chicks wearing Travis Kelsey jerseys, wearing Jason Kelsey jerseys, then found out after that, of course, because of the Swift thing, the school sold out of Travis Kelsey jerseys, like online and in the store, because all these Swifties start buying not just Travis Kelsey NFL jerseys, but they're like, oh, he went to UC? That's cute. And they're wearing his stuff everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, that's wild to me.
That's the same effect Peyton had when he went to Denver. Like, he came from Tennessee, obviously, and the Denver jersey's orange, so match made in heaven. You just see people walk around daily with 18 Denver Bronco Peyton Manning jerseys.
Yeah, so they do it here, like with Burrow being an LSU guy, like it's almost the same thing. But that just goes to show you where the money is. I mean, the fact that the NFL is a billions of dollars industry, and the ratings and the money just keep going up, 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 up. And Taylor Swift, who is one of the highest whatever grossing artists of the last 20 years, is around. You think the NFL doesn't love it? Shit, they'll milk this as much as they can. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. And I know people hate her, but I said that before. When they start showing her doing Jets games and showing her swag surfing and all this other crap with Mama Kelsey, like so many people will watch the Super Bowl that didn't watch it even last year because Taylor Swift will be involved.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
there you go.
Could not pass up on that kind of money and that many eyeballs. But
that's true.
We're gonna close it off right there. Finish your point and then we're gonna close it.
Okay, yeah. Real quick, my fault. So now, with that being said, with everything that these two guys just said, people, now think about it like this: there's a lot of money that can be made off of Taylor Swift, right, and the Chiefs. Now, do y'all think that the NFL is just easily gonna give away free money to people who's betting on the Chiefs? We have to look at that too now. You get what I'm saying? So there's a lot of money made off of Taylor Swift. So is they just gonna pay out Chiefs money this Super Bowl? I want you guys to think about that.
Yep, that's a very good question right there.
And Andy Reid has 58 losses right now.
Yeah.
By the way, as a Chief, Super Bowl 58. His son died on 58 date numerology. But hey,
go figure.
That's some crazy shit, right? Look at that.
Take what you want out of that, but
Yep,
it'll be interesting.
There, man.
Have a good one, y'all.
Comment, subscribe, and notification bell. We'll be back in 2 weeks. So stay tuned.